Hello, and welcome to another episode of Break the Cycle with me, your host, Joshua Smith. Thank you guys so much for starting off the week here with Break the Cycle. It's Monday. I know nobody likes a Monday, but at least we can alleviate some by throwing a good show for you guys. And do we have an awesome one tonight? But of course, let's start off with some sponsors. Of course, we have the great Toplobsta.com, my good friend, the man who makes the show possible. Without him, the art would be horrendous, I promise you. Go check him out today. Use BTC at checkout for a 10% discount, or join the Patreon Subscribe Star, or become a member of this here YouTube channel to get into the private Discord server where you guys can get up to 30% off all of his new designs, like 2 weeks prior to them going to the general public. And of course, executive producer of the show, AnthemPlanning.com, for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. Check these people out today, see what they can do for your business, home, or personal life. They're doing a wonderful job that the government has historically sucked at, much cheaper and much more efficiently. Guys, I hope everyone is having a good one. I'm stoked for our show tonight, as per the usual, because it is my good friend, the hand of God, the man behind Toplobsta.com, Toplobsta himself. How are you doing tonight, sir?
What's up, doggy? I'm doing good, man. It's good to talk to you again.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm stoked to have you. You didn't try to mimic my background this time, so that's pretty cool.
I have that one on deck, but we're not going to do that today. I got something special for you a little later on. So,
I knew it. I knew you would, man. I knew you would. So what have you been up to, man? What's been going on?
Man, we've just been just trolling and making people angry. No, really, I mean, drawing for Josh, and I've got sort of a new job on the horizon that I've been working on. That's been great. And thank you, Josh, for, letting my star shine on your show here. We just been chilling, man, about to get kicked out of New York and selling this house. Nice,
dude. Well, look, you did it all on your own, man. You did it all on your own. You came to me. You told me you had art for me. I mean, you did it all on your own. You know what I mean? No need to thank me, brother. I'm happy you're doing well, and I know you got the new gig, which is huge. And if they start taking time away from the show, then I'm going to have to fight Jeremy Kaufman. But that's okay. That's okay. Hey, thanks for the super chat, man. What's up?
I learned from you. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
True,
and I see you out there all the time. You're just asking, you're grinding, and you know what, man? You receive. So I like that. That's a good life motto. My kids are going to be like that.
Good,
thank you,
man.
Josh.
Good. I hope my kids will be like that too. Some of them are lazy though,
They will. They see you.
What are you drinking there, buddy? What do you got going on there?
This, well, what do I have here? I didn't have any Coca-Cola. I was going to drink a Bacardi and Coke, so I have some Consento wine. And this is what we're doing tonight, guys. This is how it goes.
I got some Basil Hayden's Dark Rye. It's good stuff. Not sponsored, by the way. We're not sponsored.
That's pretty gay. The red wine is a little better.
And Mises Pieces in the chat. Thanks for the $2 super chat, man. He said, "Serenade us." You gonna sing to us, Toplobsta?
I already told him there's a strict no singing policy on the show. We discussed. You told me before. So I can't do that. I'm not trying to get fired, and I really don't want to start any trouble.
Fired. Yeah. How many times have I fired you already, bud?
6.
6 times at least. Yeah.
Yeah. I just keep coming back though.
I could never actually fire you, man. That would be horrible.
Yeah. This is more like well, we already discussed it the other day. This is like a relationship more than anything. We're actually considering. I don't know if Julie is watching. I think my wife might be watching, but I didn't tell her. And we were talking about filing divorce, so that me and Josh could be together and we just chill. Yeah,
so that Toplobsta could play all the guitar that he wants. I could play all the Rocket League that I want. No one's going to bitch at us. We can just sit around, smoke weed and barbecue. It'd be great.
Smoke weed, barbecue, draw a podcast at night. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Yeah, that'd be the best.
I don't think so.
Best way to do it, man. So man, let's talk about New York, dude. Last time we had you on, we talked a little bit about New York. How's things going for you guys over there?
Oh, pretty terrible. It's fucking horrible over here, man. I've been having a bad day. My wife could attest to that. They're implementing their strict mandates now for the vaccine. So my job is going to be requiring it, which means I'm going to be a dissident at my job and eventually probably get sent home a couple of times and then eventually fired. And the contingency was that we'd be able to do weekly testing, but since the FDA approval happened today, it seems like it seems like they're going to take that off the table because they've already mandated the city teachers and other people like that to that they have to have the vaccine. So that's, to me, it's the obvious first step in what they're going to be doing next. So I was going to buy my time until the house sold and I'm a little more stable elsewhere, but I guess we're gonna have to fucking fake it till we make it until we get there, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, you basically are like just trying to get the fuck out of there as soon as possible, man. What's the time looking like?
Well, yeah. Well, since the last time we talked, we had the house up. Now we've actually sold. We're in contract with the people. There was some back and forth and some nonsense. People, if you're buying a house, if you listen to this, be honest with the buyers, or if you're the seller, be honest with the people who are buying, and try to make this as seamless as possible. Because this is over a $500,000 deal, and it doesn't have to be a headache. But when I'm just airing this shit out. When you lie and then things get confusing, we were about to drop some sellers. We heard this offer, that offer, and we're finally in the contract phase. So we're going to be moving forward, and hopefully we could sell this thing by before October's over, because New York is very slow. There's a lot of red tape, as you know. And then I don't know. I guess we'll be kind of liquid, and we'll see where we'll go from there. But the idea is Florida and maybe Iowa.
Yeah, dude, you're more than welcome to come over here to the great white North Midwest place and live off corn and ranch dressing with us in the snow.
Yeah, I floated it, but I don't know how crazy. I think my parents are going to follow me, so it kind of limits my options,
True.
But where I'm looking at. So we're going to probably try to move to Florida with next to family, typical Puerto Rican style, and that's what's going on.
You could always do what Mike Rufo from Jersey's doing, man. He's he basically sold his house and they bought like a big ass RV, and they're just living in it till they find the new house that they want. I was like, man,
I thought about it. My kids aren't of his kids' age. They look like they're like 7 or 8.
Yeah, so they're a little older. Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely do that, but I don't think my wife would be up for that. But hey, I have my A license, so we could just bounce and go wherever.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good thing about driving, man. For a job, there's jobs everywhere doing what you do, dude.
Yeah, that's why, man. I am blessed. Like I said before, I'm blessed that you gave me this opportunity, and that kind of like launched me into. Actually, I think it was really Reed Coverdale, because he's been aiming at getting me out of the trucking space for a long time.
Sure.
And he might actually be succeeding in it. So we have to investigate that guy a little more.
Yeah, man. So what's the new gig, bud? What do you got going on? Let's talk about it, man. I'm really stoked for you. Very excited. Shenanigans with Sam. Thanks for the $3 super chase. Sup, dudes. Thank you, Libertarian Podcast Review, for becoming an actual channel member. I appreciate you too, man. That's Tyler Yonke from who does the podcast reviews. He's super cool. Go check his stuff out, man. He's really good guy. He'll be coming on the show in a couple weeks too. So, but yeah, let's talk about it, man. You got this job with Odyssey. What's that all about?
Yeah. So I've been working for them for about 2 weeks now, but I'm still kind of hesitant to really be excited. Not be excited, but I'm designing for them, and I've been doing it for 2 weeks, and I've been kind of working alongside Drew Hancock and a few other people, Jeremy, and it's just been wonderful. So I hope that it works out, and I'm really, I'm just putting in the work and seeing where we fall. So. That's it's been a blessing. That job offer came on the same day that we accepted the offer for this house, and probably like 2 days after they announced the vaccine mandates in New York.
Jesus, dude. Well, and I mean, you can thank me all you want, man, but your art got you there, bro.
Well, but my cousin always says, who's an artist, he says, hard work beats talent if talent don't work hard. So, for all the other guys, if you're out there, there's so many other people. The thumbnail for your episode today is my cousin. He was doodling and he drew that for me. And it's just like, when I look at his stuff, I'm like, man, this kid is so fucking talented, but he's not consistent with his work. And he should be getting paid like crazy money for believe me, the stuff he's been drawing his whole life. But you just gotta be consistent and work hard, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is a gay seminar. Let's talk about something else.
I like the gay stuff, man. It's nice. It's heartwarming. People like the feels.
It's uplifting, I guess, but I'm in a down mood. So let's get nasty.
Okay, fair. Daniel 3 Biblical Anarchy. Thanks for the $5 super chat. He says he's betting both of these lolberts won't denounce the Antichrist. The fuck we won't.
That's actually, I wore this shirt here. So it says, science is for sale, Marxism matters, no human, what does it say? I forgot I write. No human is free, Epstein didn't kill himself, abortion is murder, people are going to be mad about that, and obey, submit, comply. Because in this house, we hate the Antichrist.
Yeah.
So this is in front of my house, this sign also.
In our house, we also hate the Antichrist. So
amen.
Amen to that. Thank you for church. Yeah, man. So let's get dirty, dude. You've been going at war with some people online lately. What's up, dude? What's going on? What's in your head, man?
Yeah, I gotta apologize to my boy Nick Magner from Jersey, the Blue Star guys. I've been in a bad mood, but yesterday he posted something about DeSantis being a tyrant for he's going to withhold the pay of school districts that are enforcing mask mandates on children. And I'm just like, I think I told him, stop living in Campiston in your head. You know, that's a Pete Quinones. He's going to be on tomorrow. Pete Quinones. So tune in, because it's just it's almost as if we didn't live the last year and a half of insane tyranny, and coming from the left. Not that the Republicans are great to be saying this and upholding, I don't know, the Constitution, or upholding even libertarian ideals, which is, I'm sure me and you are going to differ on this here today. But I don't know, man. It seems like to me, it seems like we should be making a play at at more power, or at least just smacking these people back. Because I'm really tired. I'm tired of how things are going, especially in the situation I'm in. I mean, I'll probably be fired from my job within a month, and I have to hear some of these really smart people still defending these ideas just on ideology, when now they have real world repercussions.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you on that, man. So, you know, I spent a lot of my life being the ideologue, you know, really, really hopeful that, you know, libertarian philosophy was going to save us all. And we're dealing with a large, majority of this country that want to use the state to hurt us, to hurt our business, to hurt our families, to hurt our health, to do all kinds of dumb shit. And it's like, when do we fight back, right? We have these same like hardcore, like philosophy-driven libertarians are telling me, they're telling me you can't use the state for your own ends, right? You have to let businesses do whatever they want to you because they're private businesses. You have to go along to get along because you're, the non-aggression principle and this and that. And you're also not allowed to use any political violence at all. There's not allowed to be any violence. It's like they want us to submit to all this shit that's going on. And I'm not willing to fucking submit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I spent a lot of time thinking the same way they did, and I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to, you know what I mean? We have to fight back. If we're not going to fight back, we're going to lose. We're going to lose no matter what. Our liberties are sliding out the door. It's not even slowly anymore. They're going fast. They're going very, 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 very fast. And we can't just sit around and hold up Murray Rothbard books and Cato papers and Reason articles and say, this is going to save us, guys. We have to do something, and we have to do it now.
Hey, you know what? If we are going to hold up a book, it should be from Murray Rothbard, who says that libertarians are more likely, well, if you actually are a true libertarian, you should be leaning to the right, which is almost blasphemy in this space at this point. But I feel like I'm becoming a reactionary, but I don't know. Maybe we should start making the other side react. So to that, in that thread with Nick Magner, I said, you know what? I support a full ban on masks. Maybe we should just do that. If you're wearing a mask in our town, we should just fine you. Like, smack back. See what they say. I mean, it would be a great way to not get white liberal woman into your town. I don't know. We got to do something, or at least verbally oppose it.
So here's my thing. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not going to agree with you on that. Like, if you want to wear a fucking mask, wear a fucking mask, right? Like, that's how I feel about it. But if the state outlaws mandates, I'm not gonna bitch about it. Like, I'm gonna be like, good.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should be mandated to wear a mask anywhere. I don't care if it's your own private business, bro. But definitely not the public school system that's owned by the fucking government. You know what I mean? Like, okay, good. I'm glad my governor said, you know what, you guys cannot no longer mandate masks at these schools that are owned by us in this state. Good. I'm glad. You know what I mean? And my governor also made it. She also made it so that private businesses can't tell me that I have to have something, foreign object, put in my body to go shopping. You know what I mean? Like, good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bitch about that, right? But like, you know, what other recourse do we have? What other things can we do to fight back against all this shit? Does anybody get it? I mean, you know, it's coming down to a point where so Pfizer, the FDA approved the Pfizer vaccine today, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people are aware of that. This is just going to be an absolute quick path to vaccine mandates around the country. I mean, we all know it. We all knew it was coming. You know, a lot of libertarians were making the argument, well, it's not FDA approved. I've said it several times too, but only to people who were like, well, it's fine, it's safe. I'm like, it's not even FDA approved. You know what I mean? But that was never my argument. My argument was always, I should not be forced to put something into my body to go buy groceries for my children. And if you think I should, and you're calling me not a real libertarian because I said I shouldn't have to do that, well then fuck you. I don't care. Fine. I'm going to do exactly what Jeff Dice told me to and keep moving about my day. Like, I'm not going to get mad. You know what I mean? Like, okay, don't call me a libertarian anymore. I don't care. I'm not going to be forced to take a vaccine to buy potatoes to feed my children. Fuck you.
Potatoes? I'm
just saying, anything. You know what I mean? Like, anything, dude.
Absolutely. That's what I mean. In my bio, I've never put libertarian or anything like that. I just write Lobsta, my pronouns, and that I work for this show because I don't want to be pigeonholed into a corner. And also, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. Ideologically, it really doesn't matter. You can call me what you want. I don't want to mention any names, but somebody did mention that I bet you there's some libertarians that were using the argument for FDA approval. Now it's FDA approved. What are you going to do? Well, it's like, like you said, I don't give a fuck. First off, I don't trust the government. So like, why would I even care what the FDA said? But I also lean towards Lysander Spooner as far as theory goes. But I would gladly use the Constitution to argue against you. I'll use anything. I mean, when I was playing baseball in college, so some people called me a little bit of a dirty player because I know the rules and I know how to bend them to win. Because what the fuck are we doing here unless we're trying to win? I'm not dedicating my life to a team or whatever we're doing here if we're not going to, in the end of the day, win. So I see it the same way. If I'll use the Constitution as an argument, I'll use the FDA approval as an argument. I'll even argue against the efficacy of vaccines, but it doesn't quite matter. This is also a point that I try to express to my family members because they're the ones that I argue with, that I care about. It's not about the vaccines. I don't want this in my body. That's number one. I don't think it works. I think it's ridiculous. It's about what comes after. Once you comply, what do they say next? We already know 8 months later, we've got to get the booster shot. So after that, I mean, they can just tell you to do just about anything and forget about the digital passport that comes with this, because that's ultimately what I think this is about. And we're going to get your channel banned here today, but this is sorry. This is what needs to be said right now, especially from New York shitty. It's absolutely insane. If you people, it's fine. Like, I'll just recap again. It's fine to argue the efficacy of the vaccine, but it's not about that. It's about the digital passport. It's about the social credit score. It's about exactly what's happening in those cities in China. And that's coming here. That's coming to New York shitty probably next month.
Oh yeah. And California just as quick too. I mean, you guys got to get off the coast, man. It sucks. Like, I love the coast, but unless you're going to Florida, man, it's rough out there right now. Those coastal elites are gonna drag you through the mud, and they're gonna use the political system to do it. Okay, so Daniel 3 Biblical Anarchy, thanks man for the $5 super chat. He says he's all for fighting back, but isn't there a line? I want to use power against the state, not use the state like the duopoly does to push their agenda. Okay, fine, but they're gonna keep doing it. And how do we fight it? The Libertarian Party can't do it right now. You know, we can use the Libertarian Party to win local elections and try to do good things there. We're years and years out from winning federal elections. We're years and years out from winning federal elections. We're probably years and years out from winning a gubernatorial election. Mm-hmm. It's very hard for us to win statewide races right now.
Somebody told me today to mention Fat Dave. So Fat Dave, but he did tweet the other day. He tweeted something similar. Where's the line? Is it okay to target the children of tyrants? And I thought it was a great question. And in some of the chats that we had there were, very smart people going back and forth in this. And I'm not going to obviously say it on your channel because some things are kind of like crazy, but it's something to consider. It's where is that line?
Right.
They don't have a line. They'll inject. They want to pass a law to inject my children. In New York, they proposed a bill that said, I forgot exactly how it was worded, but it was like, for any reason they can detain you and put you into a medical facility and also force vaccinate you for any reason if you're part of a group of sick people or their other or something like that. According to the health minister of New York, it failed to pass. But the fact that they wrote that shit is kind of crazy. Like these people have no respect for who they govern over.
Right.
So,
well, and here's my thing, dude. Like, we're gonna sit around in a room, right, talking about how we need to be pure libertarians in a system that doesn't give a shit about our pure libertarian philosophy, and in 6 months we're gonna be Australia. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's gonna happen. That's where we're on our way to right now. They're taking people's children and putting them in a giant football stadium and force vaccinating their children. 25,000 children separating from their parents. And you want me to sit here and talk libertarian philosophy with you over and over and over again until they try to do that to my 7 kids? Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Now, what's the deal with Australia's gun situation? I know that I remember maybe 3-4 years ago, they went after assault rifles, and I think they gave those up. But I don't know if there was is there a complete gun ban?
Handguns too. Yeah, so there's like there's like some people out in the bush, like like more rural, that have like shotguns. I think it's very it's very dismal. I think they took a couple million guns when they did the gun thing in Australia, and now you got dudes riding on horses like fucking Braveheart saying, let's breach the border, fuck them, and it's like at some point it's gonna come to full scale violence, and the people don't have guns. You know what I mean?
Look at what they did to those dogs.
Yeah, they're killing dogs, dude. Like, I posted that on my Twitter today too. I said Florida doctors are walking out on old people in medical need, and Australian cops are shooting dogs. The world's healing.
Yeah, that was an interesting story, right? Because in one breath they said the Florida doctors are walking out because there's too many unvaccinated. So on the other side of that story is like, so there's just a bunch of sick people in there and no one's helping them. What the fuck is going on in this place, man?
Sounds just like New York, dude.
Yeah, put them in the nursing homes.
Yeah,
right? Why not?
Fucking Cuomo. So you don't have to deal with Cuomo anymore. That's good, at least.
So I mean, so now this other lady's listen. Cuomo's a nice person to hate, and he did sell a lot of my t-shirts. So thank you for that, you fucking jerk off. But I'm not convinced that he's the guy that's calling the shots. They get their orders from somewhere else, because if you look at the governors and the mayors of all across the United States, they've almost all acted in lockstep, besides Kristi Noem, DeSantis, Abbott now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're but Iowa, nobody gives a shit about Iowa, so you guys are all right for now. Yeah. you could do whatever. And actually, you're dealing with it pretty well. I saw that they decided to classify it as an endemic, which is
Iowa's the first state in the United States now to classify COVID as endemic and say that we're going to have to learn to deal with it and live with it. So pretty. I mean, y'all are letting Iowa become like the forward thinking medical state of the country. Good job. That's
letting all that corn go to your head.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hard to do, man. Hard to do. Daniel 3, Biblical Anarchy. Thanks for the $10 super chat, brother. I appreciate you. He says, I think we fight back by using our voices and not complying, and we need the Mises Caucus to take over the LP and use it as a focusing point to fight back and rally behind. Just my take. Love you both. I don't disagree. Like, here's the thing, dude. Like, I think we should still do that. You know what I mean? We should definitely not comply. We should definitely resist. We should definitely keep building the LPMC and the LP and using it for the things that we can use it for now. But this shit's happened fast, dude. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, way fast. We've been growing the MC for over 4 years. The LP's been around for 51 years. It's just now starting to win state legislature seats. Yes, I want to keep doing that. Like, I want to do that. But at the end of the day, how do we take this like raging bull of an intrusive government that is now trying to tell you can't go to grocery stores without taking their rushed vaccine? How do we fight back against that right now?
Well,
right now,
I think The answer always is culture. First off, let me say to Daniel, to Jacob Winograd, I'm sorry I came after you in the Discord chat. I was like, I've been in a bad mood lately, but I love you too, brother. But obviously, I think the answer is always going to be culture, because these people, Jeremy Kaufman tweeted something like this, like 1% of the population works for the government, about 3%. 3% would outnumber them strongly. But there's so many people in the middle that just go with whatever is the popular thing to say. And so they're of no consequence. But they are a scary majority, because they are the NPC people. They're the faceless, what do they call them in the Matrix? Not Mr. Anderson, the Agent Smith. Yeah, they're the faceless Agent Smith that could be manifested at any point. So, but the culture is the Matrix. So if you change the culture, then you control that majority, and that will swing wildly in our favor. It's just a matter of how you do it. So Eric July is doing it. I'm doing it on a certain level. You're doing it. Dave Smith's doing it with comedy. I mean, we need more musicians. We need more everything. Just preaching liberty. I mean, even Eric Clapton, he's not for this. Somebody reach out to Eric Clapton and get him on board. Post Malone, he seems to be somebody who values freedom, or at least guns. Reach out to move culture. That's how we win. But I want to address something else that he said about the Mises Caucus. Yeah, I agree completely. Like, use every tool that's available to you, and fight back that way. Which kind of today we also started a little bit of shit with the LP Texas account, because they're just awful. And I believe it was something light, but now we're at the stage. I'm at the stage where I'm gonna nitpick, and anything that is kind of anything that is showing kind of weakness or just like willing to hand over to whatever authority that's controlling now, I'm going to attack, especially if you're on our side. So they were talking about refugees from Afghanistan, or immigrants. They said you can't be pro-freedom and anti-immigration. And that's the tweet from a state party. And the LP Texas is awful. So let's preface it with that. I think they suck. I don't know how you don't have to say anything. So basically the argument is like, maybe we should start thinking a little bit more in the Machiavellian sense, where should we be allowing people into this country that we have been actively at war with and bombing for the last 20 years? And even worse, the people that are coming to this country are not the people that supported the Taliban, who hate us. The ones that are coming here are the ones who have been indoctrinated by our Western democracy that we've been spreading there. So when they come here, LP Texas, what do you think they're going to do here? You think they're going to be libertarians or even Republicans? I just don't understand what. And then they double down, and of course it just makes no sense to me. What do you think about that, Josh?
Yeah, I don't know, man. So it's super convoluted, man, because I don't think nobody's voting Libertarian. I mean, let's be honest. We got 1.5 million votes for our presidential candidate in 2020. So, I don't know. I want to be a principled person. You know what I mean? And I want to say that, I favor immigration. I have, for the whole time. But I just don't know. I don't know each individual coming over here. We don't know what's going to happen. Will some terrorists slip through the cracks and come here and attack us here? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's not. Are
you worried about terrorism? Is that like what we're worried about?
I mean, it hasn't. Yeah. We haven't had like a legit attack like that in over 20 years. You know what I mean?
To me, that's a non sequitur. I think a more terroristic attack would be to import, like 20, 30,000 immigrants into a swing state like Georgia, and then turn that completely blue.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
Well, I think they dropped them off in Texas, didn't they? Was it Texas or Georgia?
They went to Georgia. Yeah, the governor of Georgia, I think Kemp or whatever, he accepted them. I'm like, this is fucking retarded. If you, I mean, to support this stuff. But I also responded to the LP Texas that I said, you guys can't recognize the collusion between corporations and the state, because they said something like, oh, well, you probably support vaccine mandates, right? Because if I forgot how they framed it, that basically like, oh, well, if a private company wants to support a vaccine mandate, so trying to flip that argument on its head. But
yeah, we know where but that's the thing. That's the thing that's bothered me since the beginning of this. I always got some like very consistent libertarian yelling at me, if a business wants a vaccine mandate, they can do that. But where do you think these mandates are coming from? Do you think they're coming from the businesses? The businesses don't want a vaccine mandate. The government is telling them that they have to do it if they want to stay in business. They've been forced out of their jobs for a year and a half. Okay, they've had their livelihood taken from them. They've been reimbursed probably with some shitty, loan that they have to pay back, and it wasn't enough to cover what they needed to keep their business running. And the only way they could keep it open now is if they, require these vaccines. Do you think they want to do that? No, they don't fucking want to do that. They're doing that because the government is forcing them to do that, and you're yelling at me because I don't want the government to force them to do that. Fuck you. You're the inconsistent one.
One of my blessed followers, I forget the name, he responded almost immediately with a tweet from Disclosed TV, and it's Biden yesterday or today saying, I'm calling on private business to mandate the vaccine because it's good for whatever, do like I did. Then at the very end, there's a veiled threat where he says, or we'll just have to take action against you.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, this is not private action. So I told LP Texas, I said, it's funny that you can't decipher between collusion. You can't decipher collusion between the state and corporations, but you will scream for 4 years about collusion with Russia, because I saw that shit too. And people don't forget. So it's like, what are you guys? Are you just Democrats? Like, what's going on here? Go to the Green Party. Like, enough of this shit.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. It's like we're gonna be the most consistent people on the boxcars, man. You know what I mean? And what, it's like, that's always been my question. When do we fight back? When is it okay and consistent in libertarian principles to fight back? Is it when they take my money? Is it when they take my property? Is it when they force medical care on me? When is it okay for me to fight back? When is it consistent with libertarian philosophy for me to fight back? Because I think it's very consistent within self-defense principles in libertarianism to have fought back decades ago. So when is it consistent for me? That's what I'd like to know. I got somebody Keaton in the chat in here screeching that I'm an inconsistent populist Republican. Dude, I've been reading libertarian philosophy longer than most people who ever watch this show. I know more about it. But when is it gonna be enough for you to say, okay, we have to fight back? Because right now, people in your country are being forced to do things they don't want to do every single day with the threat of violence.
Keaton, define populism for us real quick.
Dude, don't start, bro. I had a guy BTFO himself on his own show by looking up the definition of populism because I knew it better. So, yeah, sure, I am a populist, and I'll tell you that right now, I am a populist. Populism simply means the little guy versus the big guy, and I am the little guy in a country that wants to smash my liberties and freedoms. Mm-hmm. So yes, I am a populist, and I'm going to be a populist because I am no longer going to comply with all the shit they want to force on us, and you shouldn't either.
Here's the thing, Josh. I've had enough wine now where I'm just going to say whatever. But in my experience, man, playing in different sports, I've been playing sports my whole life, and then I also did music. But I'm going to explain that in a second. But playing on sports teams, you'll meet a lot of different characters, and I'm not exactly an alpha male, but I played with a lot of them. And I mean, like traveled to different states, and we've played in tournaments, and we've won and all this shit. And then I've also played with people who are just resigned to lose, who don't care. Like, not that they don't care. They show the effort. They show up to the practices. They do what they got to do. But when they lose, they go, huh? And then they move on. When I lose, we lost a championship in college. They gave us a second place trophy. I immediately put it in the garbage. These people that are in the chat right now that are talking to you about consistencies and all this, they're just consistent losers is what's happening. They've probably never competed in sports or any kind of physical activity. And if they did, they don't understand how to win. And the people that are against you understand how to win. And they're psychopaths. We see what they're willing to do. They'll firebomb children with no qualms about it. Okay. So something about our attitude needs to shift or change here because this is not working. Simple as that. Oh, and what I was going to say too is like in the music community, people are definitely in the artistic community, people are definitely more resigned to be more passive. So there is something to say about that. But I don't know. Maybe what types are we dealing with here? Because I know that you're the athletic type and you've competed or at least you've trained. So you're not going to be resigned to losing so quickly.
Oh, I competed for years and years and years and years and years in all kinds of different sports, bud.
Yeah. And when you lose, I'm pretty sure you go home and you fucking sulk about it and you figure out how you can win the next time. Yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people are doing that?
It's, and I could keep saying it over and over and over again, man. We're losing. We're all losing. We're losing, and we're losing fast. And when we lose, it's over. There's no going back. We've seen it repeatedly with the Patriot Act, the NCAA, now we're working on these emergency orders. Do you think they're going to roll this shit back? Do you think they're just going to roll it back while we sit around and fucking circle jerks talking about F.A. Hayek and Milton Friedman? No.
Wait, so you mean they're not going to stop? The last time we flew, they completely groped my mother, who will probably watch this because she had a bedazzled shirt on, so it said of some kind. So, but you're telling me they're not going to remove those contingencies now that we're out of Afghanistan? I thought that was
the Patriot Act's not going anywhere. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They love that shit, dude. They love the Patriot Act. It gives them so much control over our travel in this country.
I must be mistaken.
Yeah, you must be very mistaken. They never get rid of this shit. That's the thing. Like, look at the federal income tax. Okay, it was supposed to be an emergency authorization use during wartime to help fund the war machine, and that was in 1913. We're talking 100 years, over 100 years. Okay, and
nothing so temporary as a government program. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. How long do we deal with it?
It's not. I mean, the crazy thing is that like libertarians or people who know about this stuff should be like, yesterday is how long we deal with this. But I have to go on Twitter and see fucking state accounts talking about almost defending this or running cover for this. It's kind of crazy to me. I'm just a lobster. I'm just doing drawings online.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Are you trying to win or not? Because listen, the only reason I picked the losing team, the Libertarian Party, is because you guys are completely right.
Right.
That's it. So
and you can be as right as you want. If you keep losing, what's the point?
I told that to Patrick Smith, who I do respect.
Oh, Patrick Smith's the most consistent dude I know. There's no doubt about it. Like 100%.
He was not happy with what I said about immigration, I guess. And listen, guys, I'm not like open. I'm not closed borders. I'm not like a build the wall kind of person. But I'm like, hey, let's maybe think about this a little bit. Maybe America's full. You can't open your fucking business, but we're just gonna open up our border to let people in. And I understand the argument about borders, state borders being illegitimate. I love you, Ace. I understand all that stuff. But at some point, we kind of have to deal in reality, because I'm living in a place right now where they're going to take my job away, because the majority of people that come here, who are all mixed, all from all different places, probably outside the country mostly, and they're terrified of a virus because they watch CNN. So therefore, I lose my job.
Sure.
Let's be fucking realistic here for a second, guys. It's really nice to talk on Twitter. It's really nice to read theory, which I've listened to it. I drive my truck. I listen to all this stuff and I read some of it. But it's like, at what point do you apply this and see what works and see what doesn't? Like, as a musician, when I'm learning guitar, I learn all the theory. You learn all your scales, you learn the modes, you learn the practices, you learn how to read. And then after a while, you realize that all those rules that you learn need to be broken if you want to actually play something that people want to hear. If you want to copy music, then you could just read the sheet or read the fake sheets. But if you want to play something profound or something new, or maybe something old that people are longing for, like fucking liberty, you learn this stuff, and then you break these rules and you mold them to what needs to be done. Tell us what needs to be done.
I want to address some of these super chats. Bubblegum Gun, thanks, man, for the $2 super chat. He said anti-gun libertarians exist. Let that sink in, and why? No, they don't. There are no anti-gun libertarians. You want to talk about a consistent principle? If you know an anti-gun libertarian, that's not a libertarian.
Yeah, the most left libertarians. I see them shooting. I'm like,
Yeah.
respect.
Dickie Walnuts, $2 super chat, man. He said, Lobster, you going to sell the new Fat Dave shirts in XXXL?
They come to 5X. Yes, they're Fat Dave. So our LP Mises Texas. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. We started a little movement again. Me and Jose Galison about hashtag block LP Texas, and they were like, "Yo, bro, chill," because we're about to take that over. And I'm like, I didn't think about that. But listen, we'll unblock you when you stop being gay. Simple.
Mitchell Ravel, man, what's up? Or Michael Ravel, sorry, brother. How you doing? He's one of the patrons. He said the LP National account today had a good tweet. There is no law so small the state won't kill to enforce. I was impressed. Yeah, I'm
pretty sure that's a Michael Malice quote, but okay.
National does pretty good sometimes. It's hit or miss, and they don't.
National or national?
It was the National LP party.
Okay, never mind.
They do okay sometimes, man. They really do. It just depends. It's a lot better than when some of they had some of the Gary Johnson campaign guys running it last year, and it was fucking horrible, dude. Bad, really bad. Von Mises Pieces, man. Hey, what's up, brother? He said $5 super chat. He said it's always consistent to fight back against state aggression. The question is whether the price of fighting back is personally worth it. I think so, yeah. And I made a tweet the other day. Are you ready? Are you ready to fight and die to protect your family and the health of your family and the freedom of your family? And I am. I absolutely am. It's all worth it to me because if they eventually just lock us down in the house and tell us, this is what you're going to do and this is how you're going to do it.
The fuck we will.
Do you think that's a life worth living?
I made that tweet about a month ago. I said, "Are you prepared to die for what you believe?" And it was like it was an open tweet. Like I guess I'm talking to libertarians or people that follow me, but it kind of went a little wild. And I think Tom Woods followed me because of it. Tom Woods is based, but I was also asked. I was asking a question to the people who want to. Well, do you want to take my job away? You want to take my life away? You want to give hormones to my kids? Which was an excellent tweet by a fucking Taliban member. Said the Taliban never gave hormones to my kids. But it's an open question. Are you willing to die for what you believe? On both sides. Are you willing to die for that? NPC, Mr. Agent Smith, who wants to watch Channel 11, you want to watch Archer or whatever the fuck is on? Are you willing to die for whatever you're saying? I don't think so. So
yeah, it really just comes down to this question of, with the Kings, thanks for the $2 super chat, man. It comes down to this question of how are we going to get there, right? Like, yes, I'm a Rothbardian anarcho-capitalist who believes that the federal government should be abolished and maybe even the state government should be abolished, and maybe we should just organize how we want to organize in this country and call it what we want and do what we want. How do we get there, man? Because every day we get further and further away from that, and now we're dealing with medical tyranny. Now we're dealing with livelihood tyranny. Now we're dealing with all this shit that gets worse every day. It gets fucking worse every day. So how do we? We sit here and we argue philosophy over and over and over again, like we're already living in Ancapistan, like we're already living in this beautiful anarchist utopia, but we're not. That's not fucking reality. Reality is, we have people dictating what we're going to do with our everyday lives all the time, to the point of where if you don't do it, they will throw you in a rape cage or kill you. When do you stand up and say no more? At what point is it okay to do that? And is it okay and in line with your libertarian philosophy? If you tell me it's not until they're loading me on the boxcars or they've killed me or my family members, then fuck you, you're not a libertarian. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's where I stand.
What if the boxcars are McDonald's boxcars? I mean, it's a
private business, bro. It's private business.
Do they have French fries on there? Because then I'll go.
Yeah. Well, I told everybody, if I ever make it to the gulag, the re-education camps, I'll be the guy selling cigarettes, telling you I told you so.
Let me tell you guys, the cell paintings on my cell at least they're going to be dope. So drop by my cell real quick. I'm
going to be selling loose cigarettes, telling everyone I told you so.
Yeah.
Like I got Lucy's for 50 cents, bro.
Yo, Josh, can you keep up this kind of like anger for 2 days? Because you're having Pete on tomorrow, and I'm sure whatever I'm saying, Pete's just going to go like over the top.
Oh, I'm sure. Pete does not give a fuck anymore, dude. He's so beyond over all the shit, dude.
I love that guy. He's my spirit animal.
Let's see. John Clemmer, $5 super chat. Thanks, man. He said, what if everyone just stopped paying taxes? The taxes. If enough people did that, they'd be overwhelmed, but no one wants to be first. Dude, I know people right now that aren't paying taxes. And I had Daniel Behrman on the show, Taxation of Stuff, Dan, and he told everybody how to do it and what to read and how to get away with it. So I would be all for that, dude. And like, here's the thing, like I'm all for agorist principle too, which is to me, I mean, agorists are pretty like straight down the center, consistent libertarians, basically, is what they are. They're just an opt-out system. They don't want to use the political system at all. And I'm good with that. Like I agree. I've read Konkin. I think he's great. I think his work was great. I agree with agorists on just about everything. Probably 99.9% of things I agree with agorists on. So yeah, how do we do that? You know what I mean? We could keep educating people all day long. I'm down with that. I'm down with educating people on libertarian philosophy. Meanwhile, I have to make sure that I can continue to feed my family, that they're not forcing me to take, some kind of medical experiment that I don't want to take, that I'm allowed to go to the grocery store to feed my family. So how do we do that while we're dealing with this tyranny? I don't care if it makes me not a libertarian to say that I'm gonna use all means necessary to push back on the fucking state that is trying to crush me. That's fine. I don't have to be a libertarian then. You don't have to call me a libertarian. I'm still going to call myself a libertarian because I believe it's fully within my libertarian principles to push back on a state that is trying to smash me and my family. But you do you, bro. You enjoy your life. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that you can't understand that. That's totally fine with me. But I want to do that. I would love for the country to opt out. I think that'd be great. 80% of this country has no idea what that means. They think that this government is totally legitimate, and they're going to continue to use it to smash you and your family. So how long do you wait? Binary. How long do you wait? Oh, yeah, Toplobsta, what's up, dude? $2 super chat. Guest is cute.
Oh wow, I agree. Yeah, that's true.
But Watson said guest is actually gay. I love my wood chipper shirt, Lobsta.
Oh, true. That's also true. Cute and gay, based and true, cute and gay. But yeah, I agree. Did you know that Jose Galison he's a agorist?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Well, it's funny because I had this. I don't know if you saw the debate. I know everybody knows he always talks about how he's an agorist. But if you saw my debate with Larkin Rose, I debated Larkin Rose for like 2.5 hours or something during. During that was it the Anarcho-Poco?
Anarcho-Poco, yeah.
And Jose's like, man, you totally won that, and I love Larkin, and I'm totally an agorist, and I agree with him more, but you won that debate, and it's like yeah.
So Patrick Smith invited me to come on and talk. I would love to do it too because I don't really want to argue with him because he's
so smart, dude. Smart.
But I feel like what I'm presenting here is a bit compelling. But I do want to hear his argument and see if he could sway me back to civility. But I just doubt it at this point. It's become too personal.
Sure.
You know, not with him, but with what's actually been going on.
Yeah. We got some more super chats, man. Bubblegum Gun, thanks, man. $5 super chat. He said Yarn Brooks is an anti-gun libertarian, and so was Any Rand. I think we can all agree Ayn Rand types are not libertarians, but neo-lib propertarians. Is Yarn Brooks actually anti-gun?
They're objectivists, though. So
yeah, Ayn Rand hated libertarians, like fucking, and was very loud about it. She hated Murray Rothbard. She hated libertarians. Like
well, me too. But
very honest about that.
Certain libertarians.
And it's always it's so funny because it's always their first attack when I say I'm a libertarian. People are like, "Oh, Ayn Rand, this and that." And it's like I don't even really enjoy Ayn Rand. Like I've never been a big Ayn Rand enjoyer.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me right now that you're pretty low on the spectrum, which I kind of got a while ago.
Yeah.
You have to be high functioning to enjoy Ayn Rand.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's not like it's not like I dislike her, but I just, Can
I read the next super chat, Josh? I'm just gonna I'll take your spot here.
Wait, which one?
Level 0, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Level 0's next.
Level 0, what's up, bro? Where do we start our next Covenant communities? New Hampshire is a start. We need more. We need to spread out.
Iowa.
I was gonna say that.
Iowa
again. It's cold, bro. You said it was like -30 out there. You almost died.
Bro, think about this. Some of the toughest, craziest fucking people in the world are from Russia or Siberia. Okay, you learn to live in this cold weather. It makes you hard, man. It makes you real hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
did you watch UFC a little bit, right?
Huh?
You watch the UFC? I don't know if you're like up to date in it.
Since the very beginning, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so I think the 135 champ or the ex champ Peter Yan, he lost his belt because
that was fake. That was fake. It was total fake.
Fake
dude, yeah.
and gay. Yeah. But man, he's from Siberia. And that motherfucker, he's a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Well, so, and looking at Khabib's from Russia too. Undefeated.
Is it cold up there? Like
it gets cold. Almost everywhere out there gets cold in the winter, man. At least it's fucking cold there, dude. It's a cold place.
I'm not trying to deal with that shit, bro. I'm trying to get a nice tan. Like you see Jose out there, he doesn't even wear a shirt. He wears tank tops every day.
Where does he live?
That's what I'm trying to do. He lives in Florida.
Oh yeah, everybody's in Florida. Florida's a good place too. I'm not gonna look. Yeah. My only problem is if Florida becomes like this bastion of liberty, there's a very short amount of land that they have to blow up to drop you in the ocean.
Yeah, just blow up the panhandle.
Yeah, all they'd have to do is blow up the panhandle, and the government could just drop you guys right off into the ocean.
Like Bugs Bunny with the saw and just cut it off. And
yeah, no, New Hampshire's good too. I see a lot of people in the chat talking about New Hampshire. New Hampshire's good too.
Yeah,
I think what they're doing in the Free State Project's awesome, and I adore that, and I wish I could go there. But right now, Iowa's my place. But Iowa's quickly becoming a bastion of pushing back against shitty progressive policies, and so. I enjoy that, and I'm gonna support that as much as I can because shitty progressive policies are smashing me and my family. You know what I mean? And my family that I have now, look, I have 7 children. Okay,
7? Wow.
Yeah, I know. Nobody knows that, right, on this show. I got 7 kids. If I was to move back to where I'm from in the Bay Area, California, we would be homeless. And I make good money. But I'm a sole provider for 9 people every single day. We would be homeless. We would not be able to survive where I'm from. Okay. Because of shitty progressive policies, all kinds of shitty progressive policies. So
woman must be stopped,
dude. Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, it's the majority of them. But so I'm telling you, that's what If a Republican's going to push to not raise my taxes, I'm going to support that, dude. I don't give a fuck if you call me not a libertarian.
This is my problem, Nick Magner. If DeSantis is going to do something that I like. Let's support that. You live in Jersey. Jersey's almost as terrible as New York. I see what's going on out there. I visit Jersey often. It's fucking terrible. I know what's going on with your gun laws. What are you doing? I mean, play 5D chess. If Trump can do it, you can too.
Yeah, it's funny. This term populism, we've talked about it quite a bit on the show. It gets such a bad rap. Everybody always I don't know if they only equate it to what Trump did or only equate it to white nationalists or whatever the fuck. That's not what populism is. Populism is literally the little guy going up against the big guy and using things that people worry about. And yeah, I'm fucking worried about COVID tyranny. I'm worried about this shit. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's what I was saying before, where it's like these people don't have a competitive bone in their body, and if they have played sports, they haven't really tried to win. Maybe they're just afraid of winning, because if you're gonna win using populism, fucking use it.
Yeah.
Use what you can, and then then implement your principles. But at this point, all rules are off the table. We're in a free for all. If I'm gonna fight with you, Josh, and we're gonna fight technically, and you start whipping my ass, I'm going to have to kick you in the nuts or something. I mean, we're going to have, you know what I mean? We're going to have to bend the rules here so we don't die, because we're very close to dying.
You're a pretty good boxer, man, but I'm a great wrestler.
Yeah, so I'm fucked. So I'm going to have to bite your ears or whatever I've got to do to get back up. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I can't just be resigned. Well, these are the rules. I guess I'm going to let Josh pound me. No, you have to do what you have to do at this point. And I feel, unfortunately, that's where we are in New York. Shitty.
Yeah,
that's where we are.
Let's see. Daniel 3 Biblical Anarchy threw another $2 super chat. Thanks, man. He said, I'm the only real libertarian, anyways, guys. We know, buddy. We know. What's up, Foe? The philosophers in the chat. I love Foe. And
hi, Foe. I'm sorry if I offended you with any of this shit.
$5 super chat. She said, if you love liberty, then refuse to comply with the mandates. Shop with those who disobey the orders. Move if necessary. Plan now. Taxation equals stuff. I agree fully. I think that the more we can not comply, the better, man. I mean, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. But at this point, we are, it's free for all. It's just what you said. The rules, there are no rules for the politicians. Why do we have to play by rules? Why do we have to play by rules just because we read words in a book that are consistent? Why do we have to play by their rules anymore? Why should we play by their rules anymore? Because playing by the rules has gotten us exactly where the fuck we are today. Why should we continue to do that? It doesn't make any sense.
It's a musical analogy. You understand the theory, you understand how to play in A minor, but when you start to bend those rules, and maybe you'll mix a little bit of A major or I don't know, D mixolydian in the A minor, it sounds a little bit more interesting to people who are listening. So how about we do that?
Daniel, thanks for another $2 super chat. Republicans always betray us down the road, though. That's true. I agree. There's very, very few Republicans that ever didn't betray us. Ron Paul being one of the greatest. I mean, Ron Paul never betrayed me or anybody like me. That's for sure. I think Massey has done a couple of things that I don't agree with, but I don't feel like I've ever been betrayed by him. Amash never really betrayed me. I never liked his Orange Man bad stuff, and I think he takes the regime libertarian stance on a lot of stuff. I'm not a regime libertarian.
Amash is the reason why I made the Rothbard "Do you hate the state?" shirt. When Malice asked him that question, that's the big punch in the gut where he said, "Well, do you hate the state?" And it's either a yes or you say a paragraph, and he said a paragraph. So, sure. But I do like Amash. I think he's obviously, these are great people.
Watson, thanks for another $2 super chat. He said, one thing Trump showed us is the establishment hates outsiders. You're damn right. They do.
Well, it's crazy how when you talk about outsiders, how outside are we? When I look at Trump now, and he's saying to people in Alabama, "Oh, you should take the vaccine," and they're like, "Fuck you!" They booed him. Trump is based for some shit, but he's also a vaccine salesman. So let's not get that twisted. And he's also for sale to the highest bidder. So I don't trust him. Like they said, Republicans will stab you in the back, and you know that, Josh.
Yeah, Trump on his way out of office had a chance to really win me over on some things.
Pardon Assange.
Yeah, pardon Assange, pardon Julian Assange, pardon Snowden, pardon Ross Ulbricht. Give a big fuck you to the establishment. Really show that you believe that the corporate news media is the enemy of the public, and he walked out like a fucking coward.
Julian could stay there. I don't trust that guy.
Assange?
I don't know. No. Oh, sorry. Snowden. Sorry. Yes. Snowden.
No. I know. People say he's a psyop. I don't believe it.
His Wi-Fi was too good on Joe Rogan to be in some kind of in Siberia or some shit. I don't trust that
He's a fucking computer guy, dude. That's what he does.
I don't know, man. He rubbed me the wrong way, but whatever. I'm open to persuasion.
Bro, legit. He took the coward's route out, bro. He had the opportunity to give a big fuck you to the establishment, and he dropped the ball there and walked out like a coward.
And he supported Obama and shit. It's like, come on, dude. It's all the same. That's what makes me a little weary of him. But free Ross, free Assange.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Let's see. What's up, Michael Stern, buddy? Hey, he said, how far are we into the stream? Are we? We're almost done, dude.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me.
We're like 2 minutes. We're like 2 minutes away from an hour. We did good.
Wow, this went fast, man. When you drink red wine, it goes pretty quickly. But I wanted to show you something. So this is episode 86. Right. I think, if I got that correct. Yeah, I've been getting them right for the last 50. But check this out.
Holy shit! Is that from all the?
Yeah, put that on. Yeah, there you go. Ah, man, it's like kind of like that's off. All of them.
Holy shit! Yeah. That's so cool, dude.
That's everyone. So we've got we probably have 11 more guests that I've got to draw, because I put up we're up to Charlie Robinson there, so that's Thursday. So that's going to be a poster. I was going to send it to you, but I wasn't sure how the timing worked, and I figured I'll show it to him on the stream, because it's like
that's so fucking sick, man.
This is there we go, the magnum opus. And I actually forgot your mom, so sorry, Cheryl. You're going to be probably right there next to Robbie the Fire. I'm going to put you in there.
Yeah, put her right next to Robbie, who talks shit about her on the show. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. I'm going to put her right over Robbie. Fuck Robbie.
Yo, that is so cool, dude. That is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen, man. The shit almost makes me want to cry. And now I got to figure out how the fuck to get it into my set. I can't take Ron Paul. I can't take Daddy Paul down, dude.
No, Ron Paul's got to stay. You don't have to put it up. I wanted to make it for you, because that's a big milestone. That's 100, and also that's all, man. That's hours of work. I just think it's so cool, man. And the people that dedicated their time to come on the show and talk to you,
dude,
it's just so awesome.
That's so cool, bro.
Jeremy Kaufman, Ryan Dawson, Monica Perez, JJ Boog. I mean, Nick Ashley. The list goes on. It's
Zuby.
Yeah, Zuby's in here somewhere. I forgot where I put Zuby. He's in there. There's people. There's the best one right there. Unicorn Daddy. That was man, riveting.
That was a riveting show. Yeah, Unicorn Daddy was my most riveting show yet. If you haven't seen that hard-hitting show, Definitely check it out.
I mean, if you want to talk about, today we talked about how you break libertarian theory. If you want to talk about actual deep theory, listen to the Unicorn Daddy show.
That's the one to do. It was gnarly. Hey, so are you going to make that for sale? People want to know in the chat already.
I think so. So now the new provider that I'm using has just offered posters for sale. So I ordered a couple for myself, and they're going to be coming in, I don't know, maybe a week or so or less than that. So I'm going to see, I'm pretty sure the quality is going to be great, because these people, their print quality, if you bought a Top Lobster shirt, you know that the print quality is better than like other people that are printing. And not to trash other people, it's just a provider I use. So I'm pretty sure that these people have their bases covered. And if this is if it's great quality, I think I have the thumbnail for today's show, and I have the new Scott Horton up as like a big poster that you can buy. And if the quality is good, I'm going to make this available for sure, because I'm very proud of this. This is all the work that me and Josh have been doing for the last, I don't know, 6-7 months maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, started the first show was March 3rd, dude. So it's only been a little over 5 months.
That's crazy. It's
crazy, dude. And the fact that the show's grown like it has, man, I really, you and I both owe it to all the people watching every day, dude. Like we really appreciate you guys, man. It's been a fucking fantastic ride, and I know that you guys have watched me try to get better at audio and video repeatedly over and over and over again for months. It's hard producing your own show, dude. It is.
I'm surprised there's 50 people in the chat here, man. I can't believe it that even 50 people give a shit what I'm saying. So yeah, it's amazing, and thank you for all the people.
Can we get a shirt of this? Is this something that we can make into a shirt though?
Maybe.
Dude, that would be so tight.
I would order it for myself first to see, because some of these images, like on a shirt, will be real small. I don't know if it will come out blurred, but if it comes out good, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, just send me one.
I want to put like Break the Cycle 100 somewhere up there. Yeah. But I have to figure out how the guests fit. So you have Quincy coming on next week, and he requested that I have him laying down on that couch that I drew for Tower Gang, where they're like they're about to gangbang scene. Yeah, so if he's going to be laying down, he's going to take up some, but we'll make it work. Yeah, for sure.
Nice, dude. Well, shit, man, you're killing it. Oh, we got another super chat from the always awesome Meredith, $5 super chat. Thank you. She said this super chat is specifically dedicated to Toplobsta's accent.
Accent? What the fuck? Hi, Meredith. Well, again, white woman must be stopped, Meredith.
Bro,
Thank you.
You have an accent, dude.
I don't.
Not as bad as Ray Denaro when we had Ray on.
Ray's accent is really, it makes me feel normal. Most of the people here sound like Ray, and I sound like I dial it down to sound white almost, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Guys. We're at the end of the live stream. Of course, we're going to do the members only stream after this, where we'll probably just go talk a bunch of shit about the Fakertarians. But if you guys want to watch the after hours streams of every show, it's there's a totally separate link for that. Become a channel member. You can watch it live. If you become a YouTube channel member, you can watch it the next day when it's uploaded to Patreon or Subscribestar if you join one of those two places. And they're always fun. We always do it a little crazier in there. It's more chill. We can let our hair down and take our shoes off and do all that weird stuff. We talk controversial topics, and I even had Tom Woods come on one time and debate on whether a hot dog was a sandwich or not, and he dropped the F-bomb in there. So you could see Tom Woods drop the F-bomb for $6 a month. I mean, you can't beat it.
That's super cheap, dude.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
totally worth it, man. But what do you got coming up next? Where can people find you? How can they support you? It's not like they've ever heard your website on this channel before.
Toplobsta.com or toplobster_ until I'm banned on Twitter, and Toplobsta everywhere. That's Toplobsta with an A. And that's really, I'm actually going to be working on, like I said last time, I want to work on some physical pieces and see what that market looks like. But things are up in the air right now with the house, so I'm not working on it just yet. But we're always doing artwork for Josh and for whatever. So just, you know where to find me.
Yeah, give this guy some money, man. Seriously. He's trying to get the fuck out of the socialist shithole of New York, go somewhere a little sunnier, brighter with a beach that he can enjoy and not have to, get forced to have vaccines. Word up, man. Well, hey, brother, I appreciate you. If you could just wait a second, we'll get going on the members only stream.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Man, I love that guy. Seriously. He's just amazing. This show wouldn't be what it is without him. I promise you. It would be so shit. Nobody would come and look at my thumbnails and go, oh, this has got to be a good show. People probably watch the show because of how good the thumbnails are. So I just really appreciate him. Yeah, Lo-Fi Republican, pay $6 a month. You can see him say that for sure. But go support Toplobsta, man. He's an independent artist who's putting out really good work. Great shirts like the one that I'm wearing tonight, if you like the Tower Gang work. But I mean, he's got hundreds of shirts on there. You can get all the Break the Cycle stuff on there, including this cool custom pillow. You can literally get a custom Break the Cycle pillow for your couch during CouchStreams. It's cool stuff, man. So go check it out. Guys, coming up on the show tomorrow, the great Pete Quinones from Free Man Beyond the Wall returns to Break the Cycle to spit his vengeance for the lolberts. It's going to be great. And on Wednesday, my friend Stephen Daniel will be on. He wrote a great book about the Second Amendment. We'll be talking about that. Thursday, Charlie Robinson will be on. It's going to be a great show. And I just got word Friday. It's not drawn yet. I don't know if Toplobsta will have time. I hope he will. But Cam Harless and Jessica from the Mad Ones, one of my favorite and most underrated shows out there, will be on Break the Cycle with me, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, I appreciate you. Please go check out my Patreon, subscribe star, or become a channel member. Support the show financially. Help me grow this brand, grow the show, get even bigger guests on, help build Toplobsta's portfolio, all that good stuff. And you're supporting some really cool kids who deserve it, man. So thank you guys so much for all that you've done up until this point, and thank you for everything that you will do going forward. I will see you tomorrow for the show with Pete Quinones, but until then, don't forget to break the cycle.
Due to legal reasons, I just have to explain. The lyrics of my last song may seem to contain a violent call to action in the verse and refrain, but I just landed in Minecraft. The helicopter part was in reference to GTA 5 and the things you do. So any violence you commit, I am not an excuse, because I just landed in Minecraft. A chipper is my friend and he's constantly cold. Accusations of incitement getting totally old. Make your own choices, yeah, you have control, because I just landed in Minecraft. Obviously I would never advocate force, unless there's due process and a trial, of course. And if you're convicted, we will make you a corpse. In Minecraft, just in Minecraft. Nothing I mean, you know it. No product dinners cause it closed from COVID.